Welcome back to In the Kitchen.
Música que envolve
Okay, so what do we have? Okay, I want to thank everybody who's been tuning in to Sunday Brunch Live on Facebook every other Sunday. The show is going well. People enjoy it very much because it's not scripted, and we talk about food, and we talk about this, and we talk about that, and it's just really nice. Now, if you do not have Facebook, tell your friends if they don't have Facebook. They can go to chefreneehewitt.com, and there's a link there, and they click on that, and that takes them right into Sunday Brunch, and they can watch it through Zoom, okay? If they don't have Zoom, it'll tell you, just download it, put it on, and you come in. Remember now, Sunday Brunch is live, and we film it. So if you do not want your face to be on camera, maybe you didn't put your makeup on, and you just laid up in the bed with the phone in front of you or whatever, don't turn on your camera and mute the audio. If you don't turn on the camera, you'll still be able to see us, okay? And we just be chatting away and having such a great time. And tell all your friends, the subject changes every other Sunday. So it's every other Sunday. Okay, did that. In the meantime, today, I am going to pick, now you know how you make stuffed peppers? Take the pepper, actually, like this, and you take this inside out, check this out, and you might make some rice, you might make something else or that you want to stuff inside, then you put the cheese on top, right? And you just take it, put it on the pan, and put it in the oven. Well, today, and also for me, I don't like eating all of the skin of the pepper. So I saw this recipe. I want to give the person the credit for doing this, and I believe it was Sunny Anderson from The Kitchen or Rachel Ray. They made, I'm checking my pan, they made it. So this is the easy way. What I'm going to eventually do, I'm going to cut this maybe about an inch thick. And I'll use that, and I'll show you how I do it. I have my pan there. I have some sauce, some red sauce from Andrea Salumaria. I always say his name so good. To me, it's like a tongue tie. But I'll show you the process. And they're nice in the pan. What I'm going to do is, while I'm talking about it, I can start sauteing onion. Now, this is how I do my turkey. If you're using beef, I don't know if you would add this to it, but this is how I do mine. Ooh, and this is all lopsided, and I don't want it too high because I don't want to burn. Okay, I'm just getting all mixed up all over the place. So I have 3 different peppers. I have salt, watch your salt intake. I also have some bacon that I'm gonna put on a couple of others because I don't do the bacon. And the sauce go on top. I have some cheese, grated cheese. Okay, try to grate your own cheese. And you'll see it's fluffy like this. Some of the cheese that you buy, most of the cheese you buy in the packages that's already grated, you notice it never sticks together because it has some sort of coating on it, so it doesn't pack up in the bag. Okay, so I have that, and I have some fresh parsley, and I have some garlic. All right, so while that's working, I just took the top of the green pepper that I had, and I'm using that to cut up. You don't have to put a lot of green pepper, red pepper, and all that kind of stuff to season your turkey especially. Remember now, when you are cutting peppers, make sure that you do not cut it on this side. Let me put the knife down before I poke myself. Do not cut it on this side. This side dulls your knife. Yes, it might go through, but it dulls it. Turn them over on the opposite side and do your cutting from there. I wonder if this is in the way. R.L. Schreiber and the kind. the kind from Hawaii? Yeah, okay. So, I'm gonna chop this up. No particular size. If you've done this before, you know the size that you want. Let me just move this around because I don't want my onions to burn. I'm gonna chop this. Oh yeah, just like this. Here. Got my handy scraper. I'm gonna put this to the pan. I'm gonna mix that up a little bit. Oh yeah. Now we're getting a little color in there, right? Okay. Good. Dang. Okay, I did that. Let me just do just a little pinch of salt in here. Watch your salt intake. I have a shallot, or shallot, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to take that. Now, yes, I have onion in there, but I really love shallots, so I'm going to add a little of that to the pan. Let's clean this off. Move it around a little bit. Oh, that's looking good. Oh, yes. Really good. Okay. Now, today's show, and I still have more to do with this. Today's show, now you see, I always talk about R.L. Schreiber, and they have lots and lots of spices. I only can put so much out on the kitchen, but I have it in there. I have it in my pantry. R.L. Schreiber, as you see up here, they gave me a nice little thing where I can put the spices. Today, the show is on them. Robert, who is, I believe it's the National Director of Sales for R.L. Schreiber, and Janie, she's coming on. She is a marketing assistant or something like that. I've been with them a year and I forget the title. You will see her. She'll explain to you a little bit more. They're both coming on, and they're going to talk about R.L. Schreiber. They're going to talk about their products, how it started, how they put spices together. You know, it's all scientifically. To do spices, you just don't take one and put it in the other, and It's all done by measurement. And I'm so happy that I was able to get them to come on the show because I use their spices all the time, and so they can explain it a little bit further to me. Because all I'm doing is, you know, cooking. So they're going to come up in a couple of minutes. But in the meantime, you know, I got to have this sip of wine. This is White Zinfandel today. Very good. Oh, that's real good. Okay, so I did enough of the shallot. Now I'm going to add some garlic. Now, for me, when I cook with garlic, some people add the garlic right up front. I don't. I'm a little bit more wine, you hear me? A little bit more olive oil in my handy bottle. This was actually a sangria bottle, and I didn't want to throw it away, so I bought these little tips to put it in, and it works out really well. Okay, so garlic, I like to put it like towards the end because it will burn if you put it up in the beginning. So I'm just going to do this. Nice pieces. Put them together. Oops, come back here. And do this. I got 2 pieces. I like garlic. If you don't like using fresh garlic because it gets on your hand and it stays there like it used to happen to me years ago, don't worry about it. You could use garlic powder, but fresh garlic, we know, is better. Okay, garlic going in. Let's do another one. So I'm so happy that R.L. Schreiber Company and Robert and Janie was able for me to interview them, or rather have a conversation. And it's a great company. They've been in business for years, and they have tons and tons of spices. And we were invited to go down there to work in their kitchen and possibly do something live last year, but what happened last year? What kept us from going either to Florida or to Kentucky? So that would have been really good. Okay, so now I got my ground turkey. Let's move this out the way. I'm gonna add my turkey. Oh yeah. Let's move this here. Oh yeah, I hear it. This is going to be so good. I made it the other day and it came out perfect with the cheese on the top. Oh boy, oh boy. You make it one time, you're gonna make it again because like I said, you don't have to worry about having all this, oh, I forgot to add this, having all the skin, and some people don't eat this, some people do. Okay, let me clean this off the way it's supposed to be. This is a pepper and it's called Hawaiian Aloha pepper. I get this at my sponsor's stores, which is Stop and Shop. And it's just a regular pepper, but it has just a little milder taste to it. And I add this, I like this for color. Most of the time, I'll add red pepper because I cannot get this Hawaiian Aloha. Aloha. Oh my, I have somebody coming on the show and they're from Hawaii. Some interesting dishes. Okay, now we got the color. I was just rushing. I was just rushing and that could happen. Oh yeah, look at this. Now, I'm gonna add, now this is Schreiber's sweet and smoky rotisserie. This I love. As you can see, I'm trying to open it. As you can see, I'm down to here. That's how much I use it, and that's how good it is. It just does something. Oh my God, look at the color. Let's do this. Oh, I smell this. Whew. I'm ready to sneeze. Remember, when you're adding, if you can, squeeze it between your fingers. Get all the oils out, okay? Yeah. Look at my fingers, red. Okay, now to pick it up a notch, I'm gonna use the kind Hawaiian. This is a spicy rub, but you don't have to use it as a rub. You can add it to your meats. It also have the color, and I forgot to do something and mention it to you as well. When you are using spices that have different, spices, all different combinations, just don't pick it up and use it, shake it. And you'll be surprised, a lot of the stuff at the bottom is now at the top or throughout it, okay? If you look at this, you can see the difference. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I smell this. This is good. Hey. Oh, look at this. You see it, the color in it now? Isn't it great? Nice color. I put a little salt. Let me add just a little bit more. Okay. A little bit more of salt. This is good. Okay, so while that simmers, I should say, not simmers, but brown, we are going to take a break and we will be right back because we're going into the studio, I should say. No, I'm just joking. We are going to watch R.L. Schreiber with Robert and Jay Nee. Okay, I'll be right back. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to In the Kitchen. Today, I am very, very excited and happy, which I'm all the time, because I have my number one, I say number one, spice company who is my sponsor by the name of R.L. Schreiber. I know that you see it. It's always on my counter when I'm cooking. I have to do, I have this, I have this. Here's R.L. Schreiber. Today, we are going to talk about R.L. Schreiber and how they put everything together, their purveyors, their custom blending, and a whole lot of other things that you are going to find interesting. So let's get started by me introducing you to Janie. She is the marketing assistant. Hi, Janie.
Hey, Betty, thanks for having us.
And whenever I need anything, I always contact Janie, but Robert's name is on the list because Robert is Director of National Account Sales. Hi, Robert. Thanks for coming.
Pleasure. Thank you for having us. Looking forward to the time we could spend together.
Yes, folks, we usually contact via email or maybe text. So it's rare that we get a chance to see each other and put the face to the name for today. Look, we are doing it, and I'm so happy. Robert, let's start off or who's going to start off? Janie, are you starting off and explain
Sure.
to everyone about R.L. Schreiber?
I would love to.
Thank
So
you.
thank you guys for joining us today. We are from R.L. Schreiber, Soup Base and Spice Company. And R.L. Schreiber is really a unique American success story. We started in 1968, so we're holding over 50 years strong. And the company was actually started by my grandfather, Raymond Leo
Really?
Schreiber.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So
Okay.
third generation R.L. Schreiber family member. And it all started with Ray as a one-man show. He was making the spices, making the soup bases. Let me correct myself, because we did start as just a soup base and gravy company, which many people don't know. It wasn't
Soup
until
base?
10 years later.
It was soup
Yeah.
base. Could you explain to
Yep.
people what do you mean by soup base for those who don't know?
So soup bases can come in a variety of forms, from pastes to powders to your liquid stocks. And what we started with was a soup base and gravy line. So lots of different options of how you can get it, economical choices, but also the pastes are where it's at as far as quality and really are multi-uses. So you say soup bases is what we started with, but really the term has evolved over the years into flavor bases now is what we
Flavor
like to
bases.
coin the term. Because
Okay.
there's so many uses, I mean, it's not just your typical stock or a soup that you would use a base for. You can take these pastes and mix them into the rice that you're making, or a compound butter to make a delicious flavor in the butter that you're using, and plop that on top of a piece of steak to a piece of bread.
Yeah, opposed to having the dry, I guess,
Granular.
granular.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have used yours and they're really good. I just had to learn how much to use compared to the little bouillons.
Yeah,
But
it's
after
a
time, I learned.
concentrated it's a concentrated stock, a high yield concentrated stock. But again, we'll talk a little bit more about the product categories as we kind of go through our
Yeah.
conversation today. But yeah, flavor bases have come a long way in the years. I mean, we sell a lot of different products that are either an economy type of food base or for healthcare with nutritional parameters that need to be met. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that as we kind of move through.
Okay.
So as Ray started this soup-based business, he'd come into the factory in the morning, start making his product, and then in the afternoon he'd shower, throw on his tie, and he'd hit the streets and start selling. So soon word got around town about the great quality products that he had, and he found the need to hire out a independent purveyor network. So we started bringing on independent distributors, and the brand really started to grow from there. So in 1978 is when we brought on our spice line, and we are very known for our high quality spices throughout the food service industry, and we are now segueing into the home user industry. So you will
I
begin to
see
us.
the small ones. And the thing
Yes.
that startles me is because when I saw your company, and then I decided, let me see if I can get some spices and blends to come in. And then when it came in, I looked at the container and I said, why does this look so familiar? And I said, oh, I used it in culinary school all the time. So the connection between the school and R.L. Schreiber was perfect. I mean, it was perfect. Used it before, familiar with the name, familiar with the blends, etc. And then one time we had to take them all out and put them on the table, and then we had to identify which was which.
Good time.
I said I had to go to the bathroom. But I'm
One of
sorry
the
to
things,
interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
one of the things real quick, just to explain, and we could talk about that a little bit later too, but Janie mentioned our purveyors, our unique independent purveyors that we have. And that truly is one of our competitive advantages as a company. I mean, we are, you know, direct to the operator type of route type program, and that makes us very unique. Our
Yeah.
distribution model, Janie's grandfather had this great vision of kind of old world purveyors and how they bring the products directly to you, and that unique personal touch that they provide. That's what we really were focused on as we were growing the company. And
Mhm.
having been around the company, having been one of those purveyors, I started with the company back in 1991 as one of those purveyors in the Central Florida market. And, you know, it was a great way for me I came out of culinary, and for me, going into sales as one of those purveyors was a really easy transition because it was all my friends were chefs. So I was just
Yeah.
able to go in and go visit my friends. But yeah, that was one of the unique
Yeah.
things about our family story, or the family story,
Yeah.
and you know how we kind of grew. But go ahead, Janie.
Mhm.
No, you guys are good. This is all great convo. So keep it coming, pipe in whenever. But you know, it's a great segue. You know, our milestones are quality and service. That's what we were built
Yeah.
on. That's how this company was founded, with those principles in mind.
Mhm.
And that's really what's expanded us to become a 50-year legacy. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Ray did pass away in 1993, so that was 25 years into the business. And at that time, his 5 children were all working in the business, and to
Wow.
this day, they all still work in the business. So
Me
we're
too.
located down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm sitting in our office here right now, and all 5 of the G2 Generation 2 siblings are down the hall in the office right now. So
Oh,
it is
okay.
truly a family company, a family culture. We have about, oh boy, I think there's 8 or 10 other family members, third generation, working in the family as well, and some second cousins. So it's really an incredible story. I think it's really remarkable about our company that we say not only are we family owned and operated, but there's about 13 family members who are working in the business in the day-to-day operations. And
And that helps pull it together. Talk a little bit about your product categories.
Sure.
Um, whereas, how do you look at it when it comes to putting out this spice, this base? You know, how do you decide
Right.
where it's going to go? You know what I'm trying
So
to say?
So like Janie mentioned, you know, we started out as a soup-based
Right.
manufacturer. So our
Right.
true core competency is manufacturing flavor bases. You know, our range of products on those bases go from beef-based products, chicken-based products,
Mhm.
seafood bases like lobster, clam, shrimp.
Mhm.
You know, these type of products, all concentrated. A high yield 1 pound equals 5 gallons of finished product. Those
Okay.
are really important things in the industry.
Yeah.
Along with those concentrated bases, we also have a line of concentrated stocks. So these are
Yes.
liquid products. And so
Yes.
each of these products come in like a quart container, and they yield as much as 7 gallons of finished product. And
Wow.
yeah, Janie's got one right here that she's going to show everybody.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that container right there yields 7 gallons of finished product. So say for
It's a lot.
example,
You wouldn't think that, and
that's
yes,
right.
because it's concentrated, that it
That's
would
right.
carry that much.
Those particular products are 99% fat free. The chicken, if you were to take the chicken and dilute it to the directions and swirl it around in a wine glass, you would confuse it for a glass of Sauvignon Blanc or something like that. They're really no particulates. They're really clear and really flavorful. On the base side of things, you've got things to consider about, do you want MSG or no MSG? Like you mentioned, paste or powder, gluten-free, or whatever those important factors are. We have 9 different types of chicken base, from an economy all the way to a premium. So
I noticed that when I was looking through your catalog, I said, wait, this is premium. This is regular. And then when I was first making the selection with you people, I only took 5, if you remember. I said, Renee, don't be greedy. Don't take all the premium, because it was new to me. You people came into my life when I first started doing my show.
right.
So for me going along, it was a learning factor.
Sure.
Let me ask you a question. Although you have the basics, you have the chicken, chipotle rub. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, etc., etc. How do you decide what you're going to bring out, say, for the next season? Do your scientists go through research? Do you find out what's selling on the market, what the demand is on the market? How do you select these?
Well, we do follow the food trends, and we try to stay ahead of, flavor profiles and ingredients that are kind of trending. We look at a lot of different resources that are available. We attend a lot of the trade shows and food shows, and most importantly, we talk to our customers and we listen to
that's what I was just going to say. I'm sure that you speak to the customer and then get the feedback, and then you say, okay, they said this, they said that. I've dealt with other spice companies, and they just put it out. They put the spices together. I used a lot on it, and it's still up on the shelf.
Yeah.
Because I think some companies, they're interested in putting out the product, but they don't do the homework to put the product out. Because at the same time, a person is still the head of of a company, a culinary school, and you want them, when they use it, oh, this was good. Because why is it good? Because the company created the spice to enhance the food.
Yeah.
Speaking as a chef.
We have an in-house innovation team, and that team consists of people from marketing, people from culinary, people from R&D.
Oh, okay.
And so really it's kind of a think tank of what are we hearing in the industry, and then we get together and we decide how are we going to approach these new products. And then as an example, we launched last year, we launched several new products, including an umami base, which is just an amazing product. Again, it's a paste. It's an all-purpose umami flavor enhancing type of product. Just a fabulous item. We introduced red and green chili pastes that are, a lot of alternative uses for these products, because what's happened and what we're seeing in the industry is a lot of kind of menu and ingredient consolidation, and people want one ingredient that they can use across 10 different recipes and things like that. So we're trying to forward think along those lines and create products that are kind of fit that category, that whether it's in a restaurant where you can use it across several different recipes, or even at home, because these products have extended shelf life. So you can keep one of our umami bases in your refrigerator all year long. Use it for Thanksgiving.
I don't think you sent me that one.
Again.
Yeah. Well,
and our red and green chili paste is vegan too. So another big thing there.
Yeah, that was the other thing I wanted to mention.
I'm sorry, Jamie, say that again.
Our red and green chili pastes are also vegan.
Oh, I have a vegan following, and they would just love that.
They're amazing products. Mild to moderate heat between the two of them. The red's a little hotter, but excellent addition to so many dishes.
You mentioned vegan, and what about vegetarian? How many products do you have um, that are geared toward those two food types?
So we do have a couple other different products, like our vegetable base. We have a premium vegetable
Oh yeah,
base. So
yeah.
we have. I was talking about some of our categories of beef and chicken and seafood and so forth. We also have a whole selection of non-meat bases, like mushroom base and vegetable base and
Talk
things like
about
that.
mushrooms. Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, they sent me a big bag of mushrooms. So what I had to do, I had to bloom them and I put them in the water, let them sit, and they just do. And I used them. I took a Mexican crema with the mushrooms, and then I had the chicken and put it on top, and it was so good. But one thing I do, in which you give me a lot of spices, I pass on to my friends. I have, the little sandwich bags. If they come by last year, if they come by and say, "Oh, I got some spices," I got some spices. One time, and one girl lived downstairs. She came up with her daughter, and her daughter was writing the name, and I gave them a little of just about everything I had, and they were so grateful because they were being introduced to something new, and they know that I use it. So I guess it has to be good. Yes, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
So
one of the things I also wanted to mention, Chef, is that we were talking a lot about bases and we were talking about the categories. I did want to mention too, a lot of people know RL Schreiber. Oh yeah, Schreiber bases. We love your bases. But yes, we are a seasoning and spice company as well.
as
And a lot
well.
of people know us by that
Yeah,
first. So our selections of daily use spices and leafy herb type products and things like that are are always available.
yeah,
We have a great breadth of products, and again, that's one of the things that make us truly unique is our products where they might be special order from somebody else. We stock these products and we move through them. We turn our inventory quite frequently on even our slow moving products, just because
mhm,
we have such a great history of understanding our business, and we know what sells and what not sells and so forth.
yeah. When it
Along
comes
the Go
when
ahead,
it
go
comes
ahead.
to your bases, what's the shelf life after it's open in the refrigerator?
Sure.
Just
I
in case
mean,
somebody, just in case somebody sees this and they want to get a chicken base or a beef or mushroom, what's the shelf life?
we say 12 months is what, from the time it's opened in the refrigerator, 12 months.
I say that because I used most of it, the chicken one that you sent me, and then I said, this has been in here like 2 months now. I don't know what I'm using again. It's probably no good, but it's only a little bit. So that's important because we know sometime when we open yourself, if you go to the store and you open a container and put it in the refrigerator, generally it might have expiration date, but if you forget and you say, "Oh, this is no good," used by, etc., but that's good to know. And the same for the dry rubs, etc.
Well, spices are a little bit different because you've got things like leafy herbs, things like that. We try to move those through, 12 months. Whole spices like whole peppercorns, whole nutmeg, things like that. We go a little bit further out to 18 months. But
Okay.
what I like to say is if it's taken you that long to go through any of these products, then you're not cooking at home enough.
Well, you also have to remember, chef, if you depends on what you're cooking. But that garlic pepper, I use that. If you see myself, I use it all the time because it's a great, great, great enhancer. And that chipotle, like I mentioned
Yep.
earlier, really, 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 I mean, superb. I stopped buying spices in the store. I stopped buying them. Yeah, but
Roasted garlic pepper is my favorite. Literally, I
Yeah.
put that on anything. It's so
everything, and I believe you
every
also
night.
have one. It's a dry for beef, I believe. We have one for beef, a steak.
Uh, Calgary steak seasoning.
Yes, and the Calgary chicken. Oh my goodness. Oh, that rotisserie. Oh, it makes and I'm not just saying it because you are my sponsor. I'm saying it because it is the truth. You
And
put
because so many people rave about those ones, they're some of our top sellers. Those are now part of our retail line that we touched on a little bit before, but we are starting to sell into grocers and fish markets and meat markets, butcher markets.
Yeah,
So
salmon, yeah.
little by little, this product is going to be at your back door too. You know, we also are working on our e-commerce website so that we can get this product out to more people at home and get a taste of restaurant quality seasonings for themselves in their own home kitchen. But yes, all of those items that we just mentioned on the seasoning side are available in a cute little 3 to 4 ounce jar.
And Robert, I know through pictures and possibility, Lotto and I come. Excuse me. I'm sorry. You know, I'm not well today. Um, about the manufacturing process. Now, I know that you mentioned it to me, and I said, I'm sure if I were to walk into that, I saw a picture of the building, it's real big. I'd probably say, oh, oh, it's the manufacturing part of it must be enormous and a challenge at times.
It is. I mean, well, I mean, we're really lucky. I mean, we have a great facility in Central Kentucky. We manufactured our product in South Florida for, oh, gee, the first 40 years of the company, and we moved to Central Kentucky to service the West Coast a little bit better, a little more efficiently. But by that, we moved into a great new building. Our food and safety quality program at R.L. Schreiber is second to none in the industry. It is what separates us from a lot of our competition. You know, we kind of go by these 19 strict safety measures to assure our commitment and protection to the end product, to the end users, and you know, everything from allergen management to product testing, you know, raw material testing before it ever comes in the back door. You know, just a real true management commitment to quality. Our facility is a SQF facility, a safe quality food facility, which falls under the Global Food Safety Initiative. We're really proud of what we do at R.L. Schreiber. It is what makes us different. One of the things that make us different.
Yeah, and you're all over the place because remember, I watched a lot of cooking shows, and I'll bring this up because I was surprised. I was late one night watching one of the food shows, and the host was standing there, and he's talking to this guy, and I'm laying in bed. Isn't it R.L. Schreiber up on the shelf? He had a big display. I said, "Oh my goodness!" And I think I rewinded and took a video with my camera and I sent it to you. And I thought
So
that was
fun to see.
Huh?
It's so fun to see. I mean, we do that internally with each other and the family all the time. And I mean, pretty much almost every time you watch one of these food shows, you're going to get a clip it somewhere with a red and white label in the back, and you know right away it's that iconic R.L. Schreiber brand. So yeah, I mean, it's so fun for us to come across those two as we're watching and shoot it back and forth to each other and get a nice big smile. But yeah, thank you for sharing it with us that time too. You're part of the family, Randy.
And I felt good about it. I said, "Oh yeah, I found something." And I told Lotto, I said, "Look! That's R.L. Schreiber." You know,
get you excited.
Yeah. Yes,
one of the things that I did want to mention, you know, again, R.L. Schreiber spices and bases and things like that. A lot of people don't realize we have a lot of other products as well. A lot of other culinary type products like dressing mixes and pancake and waffle mix and tempura batter mix and, you know, demi-glace and things like this that really are, you know, value added to everything else that we do at R.L. Schreiber. Things that are, again, going back to what's trending, all of our whole chilies, our chili program is just a great, you know, a great new addition to the products that we have. You mentioned mushrooms, you know, we have a dry mushroom selection, extracts, you know, flavor pastes like ancho and chipotle and roasted garlic, just different things like that, salts, etc. So, you know, a lot deeper than just what people think. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, going back to our plant, was that I have chefs come in from all over the country, you know, to our plant and here, and they never walk out without saying, "Oh my God, I'll never look at spices the same way again."
Yeah.
It
And
truly
Or
that's
I've
is.
never seen
important.
a cleaner facility before. It's really impeccable. You could eat
Yeah,
off on
yeah.
floors, and the sanitation every day is just amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's important for them to go to a place and see that they're following sanitation the way it's supposed to be, and come out with a smile on their face and say, you know what, I just learned something today. As I'm sure my viewers are learning a lot about Schreiber today, opposed to me just squeezing it and putting it on the food, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah.
We
So
like to tie it all together with our mise en place philosophy. You know, everything in its place, from our sales piece of our organization to our manufacturing, our distribution. It all does fall into that. You know, everything in its place, and
yes,
it's a
I like the way you use that. I like the way you use that. Was really, I've never heard anyone use it like that, because I think people think mise en place is just for cooking, but
mhm.
you use mise en place to say distribution, management, that. All of that comes first before it comes to the final product. That was, I have to give you a 10 on that. That was a good
That
explanation.
Thank
was good, Rob. I like that.
Yeah,
It's
wasn't
who we
that
are.
good?
That's how we fit together.
Robert, Robert, to your shoulder.
Yeah, marketing's making a note.
Too funny.
And before we run, it's unfortunate, that we have X amount of time. Um, Janine, would you like to start off by saying something for closing?
Well, you did. I was just going to mention too that we have a short video that we're going to share with you here before we wrap up that will just kind of encompass everything that we've gone over
Yes.
today and give you a little bit broader, yet more unique view of who we are. So we'll play that and then come back for our closing statements.
Yes, we could do that.
Okay, sounds great.
Hold it right there. Oh, that was really good, Janine. Really good, really good. I know everybody enjoyed that part.
Good. I hope so.
People love learning also by seeing something. You can tell them, but
Right.
when they see it, that picture stays in the back of their head.
Yeah, you got a little visual of us in action now.
That's the word. That's the word. And Robert?
Let RL Schreiber be the beginning of your end result. Our products speak for
Where did I
themselves.
see that before? Where did I see that statement before? You.
From us.
Only from us. Yep.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Wow, wow.
And
This
I
is
just want to, I want to
sure.
say too, just thank you to everybody who's taken the time to watch this today. And Renee, thank you for being a great part of our story as well. We're so happy to be one of your partners, and we love you for being such a great
anytime.
advocate for Schreiber. And we say all you need is just to taste. Once you
That's-
taste, you'll understand, and you'll never
That's
go
it.
back.
That's
And
it.
tasting is believing.
Yes.
So we
yes.
thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and we're so happy to be a part of this with you.
Oh, and I want to thank you so much. And we're in our second season, and just to let our audience know, R.L. Schreiber was with me from the very beginning. I think, Robert, I was on the bus or the train talking to you, and I said I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that. And ladies and gentlemen, Robert said, Renee, I'm going to help you. And he has stuck to his word from the very beginning. Robert and my wine sponsor, I'll mention their name, Domaine Del Riviere, the two companies that believed in me, the two companies. So where I go, they go.
We're very proud of you, Renee, and congratulations on all your success.
Thank you very much. And everybody, I hope you enjoyed today, because I definitely did. I'm dealing with a little sinus problem, so if I sound a little nasal, you'll know why. But thank you for watching again, Robert and Janie. Until next time, it's never goodbye. It's until next time.
We'll see you in the kitchen.
Okay. I like that word. See you again. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you
Bye
so
now.
much.
Okay. I'm back. Wasn't that wonderful? Did you learn a little something about R.L. Schreiber, their products, and how things are put together? We just, as home cooks, I should say, and I'll call myself a home cook as well. I cook at home cook. We just use the spices, but a lot of times we don't know anything about the spices, how they're put together, and the regulations that these companies need to follow. And you want a company that's putting out good spices that is good for you, and you're able to reach them and ask them questions. And if you want, you can do the same with R.L. Schreiber, and their door is always open for you. All right, so what I did, I added some of the red sauce to this, which is looking good. Remember, I told you I get this red sauce from Andrea Salu Maria. I have to say it slow. I'm sorry. I have to say it slow. Let me turn this up a little. And let it do its thing. Now, if you want a little kick to it, which I like, I add some red pepper flakes. That picks it up just a little bit. I don't want to make it too hot. Okay, let me move this out the way before I knock it over. Oh, this is so much better. Now I'm over here in the corner with the oranges. Okay, look at this. So I'm gonna let this do its thing for a minute or so. And that video from that I did with Robert and Janie from R.L. Schreiber is just outstanding. Really, really outstanding. You're able to learn how companies do things, you know, how the company started, how long it's been in business, you know, their business, daily business operation is very important. And R.L. Schreiber is the ideal company because they will work with you if you have some questions. And that's why I'm with them, not because I'm a chef, but their product is really good. I've dealt with other companies and I didn't stay with them too long because I didn't like what they have, and we have that choice. Okay, now, our peppers. How do we do this? You take your pepper and you can cut maybe a good inch, and you have it like this. Okay, this one's a little lopsided, but that's okay. I'm gonna take another one. I'm gonna cut it about an inch. Okay, put that on the sides. Oh, that's doing good. I'm gonna take the insides out. If I can get it out without breaking it up into pieces. Okay, there we go. I learned the other day through Mama Rosa. She is going to be on the show. She's from Sicily, and she was making peppers and sausage. And she was saying when she was making it, she was using the inside of the pepper, which we normally throw away. She said, no, don't throw that away. She said, that is good. She said, that's where all the flavor is. And I was really surprised. And, you know, I'm sure you are now. Okay, let's get another one. So we have two. I've already washed them. Let's cut the top off. Put this here. Then I'm gonna get about an inch. This is gonna be a smaller one, about an inch. There we go. Ooh, that smells good. We got a ring. Okay, let's do this. Wow, this is gonna be really good. So I got 4. I'm gonna do 2 more. Here. I can put this in here now. About an inch. Another inch. Ooh, baby. It's gonna be good. I tell you, I made this before and we loved it. Let me check. Okay. Okay, that is thickening up. I taste it, and it's nice. It's perfect. Just might taste it again. All right. So here we go. Let's move this. Let me clean this up. Here. Let's put these in here. And I can turn this off because it is ready. Now, here is my little pan, and and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of the sauce and I'm going to place it right at the bottom. And then I'm going to put these on top, and then I'm going to add the sauce to it. All right? Let me do a little sample. When you have the right sauce, it makes a big, big difference. Trust me. So spend a few more pennies and get the right sauce that you need, and your dish will always come out perfect, okay? All right. So now, I want to take the sauce and just run it across. Let me move this over. The bottom of my pan. Okay, yeah. Oh my goodness. And then when you put some cheese on top of it at the end, which we are going to do, you're going to be screaming. You're going to say, Renee, I want that recipe. You don't have to get this to the very end, and it does not have to look pretty. Okay? There we go. All right. So now our rings, is this in the way? I'm going to take the ring, I'm going to place it here. I'm going to take this one and place here. And we got a yellow. We can do it here. I think I have a little small one. Or do I? No. Okay. We can take this one, turn it up, and place here. Okay. Oh, we're gonna have six. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Let me see. What color am I missing? Oh, the yellow again. I thought I had a small one. Okay. We're gonna go like this. Perfect. Easy. The same way, if, like I mentioned before, if you had if you were stuffing peppers. Okay. Oh, so now I'm going to take just a little cheese and put down at the bottom some cheese here. Oh, you see where this is going? Ooh. Oh, this is gonna be so good, you're gonna smack someone. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. And we're gonna have some sauce left over. I mean that when I tap my hands from the spices, it messed me up. Big time. Okay. Sorry for the sniffling. All right, so here we go. We're going to take the sauce, add it in the center, just like this. One in here. Here we go. Another one. Another one. Oh boy, you see this? I know you're probably saying, oh, that looks so good. It is. One here. And this was approximately, I think a pound or so of ground turkey. Okay. You can have a little more And you can try and use this up. There we go. And one more here. Okay. There we go. Let's try this. Now, isn't that nice? Look at this. And the color is fantastic. Okay, now that we have this, I have some bacon, which I'm going to put on 3 of them. I'm going to chop that up. Excuse me. And then I also have some basil. So let's move this out the way. You can go back there. Now here's the bacon. Yeah. Let's go like this. Okay. Okay, you see that? Now the bacon doesn't have to be chopped up really fine. You can have nice chunks over this well. Here we go. And then when we get finished with this, we take the whole thing and we put it in the oven. And we let it stay in the oven for about 20 minutes. And then after that, after 20 minutes, then you put more cheese on the top. Do not put the cheese on the cheese on the top when it's in this stage, because what's going to happen, cheese melts and it gets kind of hard. So we don't want that to happen. And then later on, I'll add some nice fresh basil or basil. Okay. So here we are. I think I can add some more. There's no sense wasting this. When the peppers cook down and they become soft, all the flavor is going to come out of it. You are going to scream. Excuse me. There we go. Okay. I think we are set. Woo! This was a job. I enjoyed it, and I know that you are going to enjoy this as well. Now, you can take this, put it in the oven, I'd say for a good 20 minutes or so. You'll be able to tell because when you touch the pepper, the skin of the pepper is going to be soft, and it's going to start to break down a little, okay? 350 degrees for about 20 minutes, and when it gets finished, then I'm going to add the rest. I'm going to put the bacon last because it is already cooked and I don't want it to be like, you know what I'm saying. When I take it out the oven, you'll see me add some basil. You'll see me add the bacon. You'll see me add the cheese. And put it back in the oven, a couple of minutes, the cheese is gonna melt, and then you're ready to throw down. Well, I wanna thank you for being here again. I hope you enjoyed the conversation I had with R.L. Schreiber. Well, once again, thank you very much for being here. Very good. And until next time, bye.